Hey, Steph.
Hello, Hannah.
Welcome back to another episode of Bariatric Banter Podcast.
I love it.
Mm, we are back with episode 35? 35.
I think so.
35.
Can't believe we're almost at
Wow.
40.
I know. Like the fact that, boy, it's almost October, almost the end of our first year ever of doing this
Right?
podcast. This is pure craziness.
I did not foresee this. It's good, but I
Oh,
did not foresee this. No.
well, same boat. I did not.
Right?
I did not foresee this being what it would be, and I don't know, I kinda love, like, everything we've been able to talk about, and honestly,
Yeah.
we had a moment where we
Feedback.
thought, "We don't have enough to talk about," and then I
Yeah.
realized bariatric surgery makes your life different every fucking day, and there's
Right?
so much to talk
Right.
about.
Yeah. Well, and
It
yeah, we had a little panic of, oh my God, there's gonna be nothing to do. Our podcast is gonna be over. What's gonna happen? But it impacts so many different parts of your life, and like things just randomly pop up in your day that's
yeah,
new or different. So even if it's not like super bariatric surgery related, we're gonna have lots to talk about.
we'll have
Let's
lots to talk about. Yeah, we have some good topics coming up. We have, yeah, maybe we'll bring Cass back on again to do some more stuff
Yeah,
with us, which would be awesome.
love that.
Um But today we're going to talk about it's a good one. But today I wanted to talk about something that I think comes up a lot, and that's the
Mhm.
mental side of bariatric
Oh my
life.
gosh,
Um,
such
Specifically,
a big
like
part.
dealing with comparison, which I think has
Yeah.
become a huge problem for me. Shame
Yep.
and support, especially
Yep.
pre-surgery, and then
Yeah.
support fatigue. This is a
Oh,
huge,
this is
huge
starting
one.
to set in. Yeah.
And I'm, like, in the full throes of that right now,
Mhm.
and it kinda fucking sucks.
Yeah,
Like,
and it's
you
something I
know?
didn't like you don't wanna admit that you're dealing with because it kinda makes you feel like a jerk on the inside,
Makes you feel
but
like you're
I
you
noticed yeah, I noticed recently that this one is creeping in, and it's funny because it wasn't until, like, we were talking about what we're gonna talk about today, and that I read that and I was like, "Oh, shit, that's what it is."
Mhm.
But, 100%. I'm starting to feel that, and now I'm, like, ashamed that I'm feeling it.
Yeah, and I didn't know what it was either, so for those listening, support fatigue is when loved ones stop cheering and life basically goes back to normal. Because in your first year of bariatric surgery, holy crap, everybody and their mom wants to ask you questions and
Oh
talk
my
about
gosh,
it,
right?
celebrate your weight loss, and
It's
honestly, it kind of feels like it's
constant.
all about you for the first
Yeah,
year, and you have major milestones because that's the year of the biggest change. The biggest
yeah,
change happens in your first year. You've gone from traditionally fat and obese to, oh my God, I just lost 20 pounds. Now it's 40. Holy shit, we're at 80. Like you
yeah.
get to document your biggest weight loss
Ever.
milestones in your
Probably
first
ever.
year.
Yeah,
You're shedding dress sizes. Like you're going from a 24 to a 15 to a 16 to a 12. Like
and you've got all these new habits, and
monumental.
people are seeing you move your body, they're seeing you exercise, they're seeing you eat
Yeah.
different. Like, there's so many changes that happen so fast,
Yep.
especially when you don't see people for a long time, and
Yeah.
that's what I loved, like, living outside of my main family group now because 'cause I'm, like, an hour and a half, 2 hours away, going back to a cultural event or a family event where I haven't seen people in a long time, and just
Yep.
standing there and waiting for the reaction, like and it's funny because I
The
was
drug.
never yeah, and if you it changes, like, even if you were an introvert, you weren't somebody who liked attention, you weren't
Mm.
somebody who wanted to be the center of attention, it becomes almost addictive, and it becomes like
Yes.
you live for it, and you love that moment when somebody looks across the room at you and is like, "Oh
Yes.
my gosh," and you're like, "Yeah, yeah, I do. Yeah, I look
And
good."
it's not like in an ego way, but also fuck it. Yes, it is, because 'cause you've never
Right,
had that attention before, and it's
right, and you're
fucking nice
proud,
attention,
and you're
but
branded.
you get so used to it, and, okay, we've given up eating like crap to fuel
Yeah,
our emotions, right? This is that kind of filler. You know, they always say, "Watch
yeah,
out for transfer addiction." The gym, shopping. I definitely fell into
attention.
shopping. This kind of becomes that because it's
Yeah,
almost like a reward for your hard work where you've
yeah,
become accustomed to, like, people going, "Holy shit, I think you've
yeah.
lost more weight.
I
Oh my
didn't recognize
god."
you.
"You look so good in that." And then it's also little things like, "What size am I gonna be at the store today? I don't
Right?
know." Like, you
Right.
get used
Yeah.
to this, and
Yep.
then
And then
support
it
fatigue hits, and
fades.
it has hit hard for me this year.
Mhm.
Um, and it will hit after your first year. There
Yep.
comes a moment where people don't comment on it anymore because you're no longer going from a 24 to a 12. You maybe have gone from a 12 to a 10. Or in my
Which
case, I
honestly
went
isn't
from
that
8.
isn't
It's
super
not
noticeable.
noticeable, and people have seen like, the other thing is going from a 10 to an 8 wasn't rapid either for me. It was like, "Hey, guys, I'm now a
Well,
size 8." And it's like, "Oh, okay."
okay, big deal.
I did it over 6 to 8 months, like, I
Yeah.
did it in my 2nd year, and that no longer like,
The
you look
shock
normal.
value is gone. It's
Yeah.
the shock value,
So
right? Like you
yeah,
said, when you're used to being 300 plus pounds and then you see somebody and you're 200 pounds,
yeah.
that's a massive
Holy
difference.
shit.
That is a
Yep,
shock that yeah. And no, like, I I hate to admit this, and I'm sure there's people from work who are gonna listen to this because 'cause we've talked about my podcast at work, but I have
oh,
work travel coming up, and I work remote. I haven't made it into our last team QBRs for a while because of weather or kids or whatever. So there's certain people on my team who I haven't seen since surgery. And so I was like, "Oh, I'm going to travel." But then I was thinking, I'm like, "Oh, this person who I know really well won't be there. Crap, I wanted them to see me. Oh, this
yeah,
person won't be there. Oh, I wanted them to see me." And then I'm sitting there being like, "You like, don't be a jerk. Like, get off your high horse. Don't
I
be
know.
so conceited." And then you feel bad for feeling that way, but then you're like, "No, like, I'm excited to share my progress, the new me." Like, I've talked to these
Exactly.
people about so it's this fine line of feeling like a jackass for wanting to, we'll say, like,
Egotistical.
show
Yep,
yourself off, but then also being like, "No, I should own it. Look what
yeah.
I've done. I'm proud." It's
Right?
very weird. It's
Yeah.
very weird.
The
Yeah.
the work thing is really interesting because obviously, like, I'm 2.5 years post-op, getting closer to my 3-year mark in March of next year, and I've obviously changed jobs. I also work from home, but I've changed jobs, and that, I think, to me also kinda sucks because I had
Yep.
surgery. I literally left a long-standing job
Yeah.
before having my bariatric surgery, and they were like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I want a new job. I don't wanna work here," and they blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. So, I've joined companies that have only ever known me at this size, right?
Mhm.
So, it's that kinda sucks too because I never got
Yeah.
to have that, like, in-office moment of people
Right?
seeing obese Hannah and now seeing thin Hannah. Like,
Yeah.
I only ever got that with friends and family, but I
Yeah.
kind of miss that aspect. So
Totally.
I find that I make this too much my personality now though. So we did like a 5 things about us this past month when we all met in the office for the first time, and like I've met my colleagues, but it was the whole team. So like my junior employees, their junior employees, everybody
Yeah.
came in. 5 things about us, and everybody did really cool things like getting married or being into crochet, or one girl was really into pottery and other stuff. And of course, the number one thing I led with
I had
was I
bariatric
used to
surgery.
be 315 pounds. Look how fat I
Yeah.
used to be. Now look at me now because and I'm not
Uh,
doing it in a weird way, like, I should be proud of the hard work I
yes.
put in, but I know that I did it in a way that I was like, "I need people to be like, 'You look great.'" And it's like, "Okay, I
Right.
still look great," because I'm immensely struggling with how I look right now because I'm not in rapid weight loss anymore. I'm in
Right.
normal mode right now. There's been a bit
Yeah.
of regain, and we'll talk about that in a later episode, um, and it just kind of feels like I'm no longer special. I'm no
Yep.
longer impressive, and it has really taken the steam out of, like, dating. So a lot of my friends are
Yep.
like,
That's fair.
"Are you dating? Why aren't you dating? Like, get on the dating apps. I thought that was
Right.
a big thing for you." And I was like, "Uh-huh, yeah, I don't
It was.
want to." And they were like,
Yeah.
"Why not? Like, you have so much going on for you. Like, you exercise, you have a dog, you're a runner, blah, blah,
Yep.
blah." And I was like, "Because I
Yeah.
no longer feel thin
Enough.
enough. I no longer feel good looking enough. Like, I don't feel like I've lost enough weight. I have completely reverted back to I'm too fat. I
Yeah.
re- I tell myself this all the time, like, I am too fat. I need to lose way more weight. I am not thin, and people are going to look at me and think
You're
she's
not.
overweight. She's because technically, according to BMI,
Oh my
I'm
god, I'm still overweight on my BMI too.
I'm overweight on BMI, and it's like I had a pulmonary
So
function test done
dumb.
for, like, post pneumonia stuff. Side note, came out fine, totally fine. Lungs are great. And on it, they said, her BMI,
Over
though, means she's overweight. Maybe
right?
that's why she has breathing issues. And I was like, "You
BMI is
motherfucker."
low,
Oh,
right?
I could have ripped her throat out when I read that report.
BMI is so s I was so excited because I remember I posted when I was a s I when I bought my size 12 jeans, and I was, like, through the roof. Did my BMI then, and I remember still overweight, and I was like, "Yeah, whatever, screw that." Then the other day, I went down to a size 10, and I was like, "Sweet Jesus, size 10. Never thought this would
Oh,
happen." Go to the BMI just because why not?
oh, don't do it.
Overweight. And I was like, "Are you come on,
Mhm.
really?" Like, I'm in a size 10 pant, a medium shirt. You're telling screw off,
I wear a
BM
size 8 and a size small top, small medium, because some of the
yeah,
smalls run
yeah,
small,
medium large, because some
and
stuff
I'm overweight, and I
oh,
was I was literally obese until this year according to BMI, and I was like,
I just moved into overweight.
fucking
Yeah,
excuse me." Like,
right?
I have
I'm
lost
5'10". I'm
yeah,
5'10". I'm right now, I think I'm sitting at, like, 182 pounds. I'm 5'10". I'm wearing a size 10. Like, what
that's so
Then
like,
we
and that's the
wonder
other
why
thing.
people have problems with, like,
Yeah.
body image and an
Okay, well,
obsession
this
with the
brings up a
scale.
great thing about comparison too,
Yes.
because okay, and I'm gonna be honest,
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
think we should be honest on the podcast.
Yes.
I had a thought the
Yep,
other day when you were
yep.
sharing your awesome story about buying jeans and being a size 10. Remember we had that voice chat about how you had to go back
Yes.
because we were like, "They don't fit."
Yeah.
I hate to admit, but there was a moment where I went, "She's gonna lose more weight than me and be smaller than me,"
Oh my
and it
gosh.
made
All the
me
time.
feel horrible. Like, it
Yep.
made me feel first of all, I felt horrible because I was like, "That is my friend, and what the fuck are you doing making this
But
about
it's
you?"
'cause it's
But then
human
I was like,
nature.
"Oh my god, she's gonna be a smaller size
Yep.
than me because she's at her 1-year mark and she's a size 10. What the fuck?" And I was like, "First of all, she's fucking like 6 foot Amazon. You're 5'3" and a half, so you
Right?
are different than her
Yeah,
size-wise." I was like,
totally.
"A
Yep.
size 8 for you and a size 10 for" like,
Are totally different.
completely different bodies, Hannah.
Yep.
Also, here's a crazy thing, you're a size 10, right? And you said you're about,
Yeah.
like, 180 something, right?
One
I'm a
eight one
size
eighty two.
I'm a size
Yeah.
8, so
Yeah.
we're not very far off in sizes, but because I'm
Right.
short, I'm,
Yeah.
like, 171, something
Right.
like that.
Right.
And that's my regain. I used to be in the 160s, and now I'm having major fucking self-esteem issues because I'm closer to 180
Right.
than I am 160, and I could just die. But I'm we're not the same height, we have different bodies,
No.
right? So, like, have I put on a little bit of weight? Yes. Has that changed my clothing size? Oddly enough, not, which is
No.
fucking
Yeah.
weird, but
It's
I had that
all
thought, and I felt so
totally.
guilty because I was
Oh
like,
gosh.
"Who
It's
cares?
human nature.
Who cares if Steph becomes a size 6?" Like, when we stand beside each other, I bet we'll actually look similar because she's taller than you. Like, who fucking
Right?
cares?
Oh, but
She
it
doesn't
happens all
have
like
your body.
no. No, and it
But
all depends on where you carry your weight, what parts of your body,
oh my
how you
god,
carry it, like, whether your
ton
legs
de
are bigger
fat.
and your arms are big like, it's so ridiculous, but 100%, like, it's human nature, and I remember through this entire process, always, like, messaging you and being like, "Okay, how where were you this far out? Where were you this far out?" Because it's then I sit there and be like, "Okay,
It's
well, Hannah was
comparing.
here, why am I not there?" Or Hannah was he like, "Why
Oh,
am
I
I not where this
know.
person is?" And, "Okay, this person is 8 months post-op and they've already lost this." Like, it's a constant thing, and it's we can't you can't help it. But
No,
it's
and
so
I
dangerous at times, but it's
because it ruins
so
you.
hard. It
Yeah,
does. It
'cause
becomes your sole obsession and focus, and it
and I
takes
felt
away the positives from you.
I felt horrible because I had literally just associated myself with a size, and I
Yep.
remember thinking, "This is your friend, go fucking celebrate her, and who cares if she wears a different" like, because the other thing is, like, I had a great friend reach out to me, you know her, we used to work with her. I'm not gonna say where because I don't want people to find her, but we'll call, Katie, and she was like, "Oh my god, we're the same size," like, when I posted that I
Yep.
finally fit into a size 8, and I remember thinking, are you fucked? Look at how fucking big I am, and look at you, you little
Right?
twig. Like, there's no
Yep.
way that you are that size. But again, it's how you carry it, where you wear it. Now, me being
Totally.
a size 8 and her being a size 8, she's tall and slender. Things look
Mhm.
different on her. I am a bit obviously shorter. I have thick,
Yep.
muscular thighs. 8s look
Yeah.
different on me, right? Like, they're
Totally.
not maybe as loose fitting, but they still fit. I'm not sausaging myself
Yeah,
into these things. They fit.
but
They
it's
fit
different.
well and they look good, but they look different. So nobody would actually look at me and probably go, "Oh, size 8." Like I genuinely when I stand next to her, I probably look like I'm a bit bigger than her. It's again how I carry things on my body, but I just remember thinking, "Stop it." And
Yeah.
I remember when you'd reach out because I and this is not a brag, it's gonna sound like a brag, I was ahead of the curve with my bariatric
Oh
surgery,
my
and they let
gosh,
me know,
yeah.
"You're way ahead
I
of where we
I
expected
don't
you
know,
to be."
I would always be like, "Why am I not where Hannah was?"
And they
Like,
were like, "This is a
"Why?"
great indicator of, like, long-term success," and I have
Yeah.
had good success,
Yeah.
um, but I remember being honest with you and saying, "I was ahead. It you are absolutely where you're supposed to be." I was, I don't know, a freak of nature, and I zoomed ahead a little. Not a lot,
And
a little.
it ebbs and flows.
It
Because
does.
now when I look at other people and again, yeah,
You're
don't wanna
way ahead
sound
of them.
but that right? I don't wanna sound braggy, but now I'm 10 and a half months post-op, and
Yeah.
I have hit 126 pounds. So,
Ayo.
heyo, never would I number 1, never would I have thought that, but number 2, then, yeah, now I'm ahead. So it like, it ebbs and flows, everybody's their own person, and I remember listening to this one podcast, and they were talking about comparison. And it was, like, way before this surgery or anything, because I was always, "I wish I looked like her. I wish I looked like them. I wish I could da 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 da." And I remember them saying, "It's a slippery slope because you also don't know that person's situation, right?
You do not.
You don't know why they look like that, how they got there. Maybe that person looks like that because they've been battling an eating disorder for the last 10 years. So
Yep.
do you want to look like them? Maybe, but do you want it because of the way they got there? No, you don't know what's going on. You don't know what it takes. You don't know their history. You don't know all of that. And it takes away the positives of your own journey because then you're so focused on the
Yes.
negative
What is that
and somebody
saying? Comparison is the thief of joy, and it is. And you're right.
totally.
There's that other saying, "Be careful what you wish for." You don't wanna like, what you see on social is a fraction of it. So when I was
Gosh,
at my thinnest, and I'm talking, was I really happy to be in those numbers? Yeah, I
right?
maybe was a little braggadocious about, like, how thin I was. I had fucking pneumonia,
Right.
and, like, yes, people were like, "Whoa, you look great," and I was like, so
But you felt like you were dying.
for 3 weeks, I was at home with,
Yep.
I now have learned, by the way, because I got access to my medical records, I had a partially collapsed lung
Yep.
for those
I
3
wonder why
weeks,
you felt like you were dying.
and I couldn't get off the couch, I couldn't eat, I couldn't drink, I could barely function, I couldn't work. I mentally felt the worst I'd ever felt in my life because right before I got
Yeah.
crippling pneumonia, I was working out like 5 days a week, but I was exhausted. I was pushing myself harder than I ever should have because I was so fucking obsessed with how I looked and that number,
Yep.
and I now realize that was a warning sign that I was ill. I had a virus.
Yeah.
Something was going wrong.
Right.
And I so be careful what you because people were, "Whoa, fuck, you look great." Yeah, folks, I stopped eating for 2.5 weeks because I physically couldn't. Like I
Yeah.
checked into the hospital with like horrific stat and had to stay there for 5 days because I had like one of the worst cases of pneumonia they had seen, and my right lung was partially collapsed.
But you
So
look great,
oh, I
Hannah.
look fucking great though. I look fucking dope, you know,
You're
sat there, had my
snatched.
hair that looked
You're
great.
snatched.
So it
But
became one
yeah.
of those yeah, so Steph's right, like, just be careful what you wish for and what you're hoping for, like, we'll do a whole episode on plastic surgery, I don't wanna get into it too much now, but, like, it's those things where at first we were like, "Of course we're gonna get the loose skin cut off. Are you
Yeah.
fucking crazy?" And now both Steph and I are like, "There's
Hard
not a
don't
fucking chance in hell
nope,
we are
nope.
ever having that
That
surgery."
loose skin is gonna dangle with pride and flap
Yep.
like with
Oh, I
pride.
don't give a fuck, and we'll get into it in another episode, not now, but it's because people finally pulled back the curtain and showed us what really goes on behind the scenes, and I was like,
Hard no.
No amount of plastic surgery is worth what the fuck they have to go through to get
Yeah.
there." So, comparison is the thief of joy, and that's one of the mental hard things about this surgery is I talk about it with my therapist because I'm really struggling with not enough. I haven't done enough.
Yeah.
I have, failed on
Yep.
this journey. I was riding such a high like, it's really hard when you boy, how do I say this without sounding like a cunt? Um, when you're the star student, when you're a
Mhm.
high achiever, when you've gone above and beyond what you're supposed to go and do, to then go to, "Okay, well, goodbye, now you're just a normal person," and
You're
to be
just like
done
everyone
with some
else.
regain. Like, it's really mentally hard. Like,
Yeah.
I haven't been working out as much as I used to in the first year because I've been sick. My body's just been shutting down. I've had virus after fucking virus after fucking virus. I just finished a round of antibiotics. So like I know that I'm not at my peak self and that's my body, but
Yep.
I'm comparing myself to other people. I'll do it to you. I'll be like, Steph's out here working her butt to the bone. She's going to lose more weight than you. She's going to be more successful than you because you're not doing enough. Like, and then have to stop and go, talk to Steph when she's at the 2.5 year mark, Hannah. Like, she's in the early
Mhm.
stages. Like, stop.
Right.
You are
Yeah.
not at the same
Different
stage as
apples
her.
to oranges. Apples to oranges. And,
But it's
like,
tough.
it is tough, and we've talked about, like, do they have medical conditions? Do they have other prior things? Do they have physical limitations? Do they have food?
Mm,
Like, there's so many things that go into it, but it's so true, and, like, feeling like I've been in a and I always say this, and I know it's not like I've said in the past, I'm in a stall, and it would be like a couple days.
I hate
I think
stalls.
the true definition of a stall that they say is like a few weeks or something, but I'm
Yeah.
now in a stall. It's been 3 weeks. I've been at the exact same, like, 1 pound here and there mark. I'm so freaking frustrated, and so now I'm starting to go down the spiral of, "This isn't working anymore. Why isn't this working? Why is this happening? How come these people are still losing
I'm
weight? Why
done.
are their
I've
stalls
hit
not?"
the end of my
Yeah,
weight
what's
loss.
the point? Why am I doing that's
Oh,
what I
I was
said to
there.
David, I'm like, "Is this where I'm gonna like, is this it? Is this where I'm gonna be?" Like, and then I got mad, but then on the flip side, I'm like, "Well, Steph, I mean, you're in a size 10, which you never thought would happen. You lost 126 pounds, which you never thought would happen. Maybe you should just be thankful and grateful for where you are." But then I'm like, "No, screw that. Screw that. I want more." And then I will, like, go for a walk, and I used to get messages funny, I used to get messages from people being like, "Hey, I just saw you out walking, you look great."
Oh,
Or, "Hey, I drove past you, and I'm so sorry, I didn't even recognize it was you." And now I go for my lunchtime walks, and the whole walk, I'm, like, waiting for my phone to go off, and it doesn't
and
go
you
off,
don't get it.
and I get home, and there's no messages anymore. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Well, what the shit? Like, did nobody see me out walking? I know people saw me." And then again, I stop, I'm like, "Would you get off your freaking high horse and just walk for you? Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop being so self-centered." It's
God,
this such a vicious cycle, and we've said it in so
it's
many
terrible.
elements of yeah. We've brought it up in almost every element of this surgery discussion is that, at least for us, and I'll speak for you, um, the surgery itself was not hard. Like, the
Correct.
surgery was easy.
Easy. Easy.
It's the mental part of
Yeah.
all of that is so fricking hard and that people don't see and that people don't understand, is all of the food noise, the
All
self-doubt,
the
the
food noise,
self-pity, the loathing, the anger, like,
the
all of that
self-esteem
mental
issues.
stuff. Yeah, that goes on, and it's like you said, and we said it's highs and lows because you'll have those comparison days, you'll have those days where, "This isn't working, why is this not happening?" And then the next day, you
Weeks.
look at
You'll have
yourself in the
weeks.
mirror and you're like, "Dang, I look good. This is
Right?
awesome. This is fantastic." And then the next day you're back to, "Well,
I'm a
this is
fat
bullshit."
pig. Yep.
Yeah, like, it's
I
mentally exhausting.
I posted that thrifting video, which is very recent, and I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, fuck. You look pretty
Mhm.
goddamn good in this stuff." Like,
Mhm.
you're the cat that's about to join me here. "You look really good in this," and, like, I even had a friend go, "Damn, that Zara jacket," because I did it in, like, a sports bra and leggings, and someone was like, "Shit." And I
Yes.
was like, "Alright, I look
Yep.
pretty fucking good. This is a pretty good picture." And now I'm right back to, like, I am a slob, I'm a pig, I'm
Yep.
not doing enough, I'm fat, um and, like, it does wear off. I don't get comments anymore about how good I
Right.
look or what I'm doing, and I'm worried I'm gonna get the opposite. Like, I'm so worried someone's gonna go, "Have you put on some weight?"
Right.
Maybe,
You look
maybe,
great.
fuck. Like, and all my clothes still fit, and I remember because I ranted to you and Cass, and I was like, "Okay, so I found out what was wrong. If things get under your scale, it will throw your
Oh,
scale off."
come
So,
on.
there was a
Yeah,
day that
you
I
got
stood on
oh
the
my
scale,
gosh, Hannah.
and I
Like, you went
messaged
up
Cass.
10 pounds.
I said, "How the fuck have I gained 10 pounds in a day?" In
That's
a day,
amazing.
guys, I've gained 10.5 pounds. Like, are
Yeah.
you kidding? I'm off the wet. What is happening? And then the next day I stood on the scale and I was
I
like,
freaking love
"Oh, it's
it.
back to normal." So I was cleaning the bathroom and I was like, "I'm gonna throw this out." And I lifted it up and the dog had shoved shit under the scale.
Uh-huh.
So it was I moved it into the kitchen and I put it on like a solid surface and I stood on it and I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, we're back to what I thought I should be at." Because I almost had a shit fit that I had gained 12 pounds or 10
Which is,
pounds
like,
in a day because 'cause I'm
impossible.
dealing with that. But, like, my fear now is that someone will see me and they'll say, "Oh,
Oh,
Hannah, you look bigger." And, like, I'm hard on myself about this because I
yeah.
feel like I see it. But yeah, I see it. Like, I'm really analyzing my face now in photos, and I'm going, "Oh, my face
Oh,
is bigger, my
right?
face is fatter." I get all these, like, notifications of ho like, even comparison, let's take weight out of it. You did way more
Mhm.
exercising in your 1st or 2nd year, you were doing more. I get all these notifications about my running and my training, and I
Yeah.
get angry because I'm like, "This isn't fair. This isn't how I'm supposed to be feeling," or, "This isn't" like,
Mhm.
the 1st year I'll say the 1st year and a half even, it's a gift and you feel great
Yeah.
because you're doing what we all do. You are hyperfixated on this new you. So everything is magical and euphoric and amazing and great.
Yeah.
And then life creeps in. And this has been the
Mhm.
single hardest year of my life, the hardest year of bariatric surgery, the hardest year of my life. I am
Yep.
comparing myself. I am tearing myself down. I have all my self esteem issues have come back. So when people warn you that
Yeah.
it comes back, that anything that you ignore, as my therapist loves to say, what you resist persists. Just because it's
Mhm.
gone for that moment and you
Yep.
think everything is cured, my depression's gone, my eating's gone, my self-esteem's gone, my anxiety,
Not
whatever you had, and
Yep.
you think it's gone, please just know it comes back because now
Yeah.
I'm back to, oh, do I really need to go out and exercise today? And I can order takeout, who cares? And oh, I'm hungry all the time, or oh, it's all coming back. And I get furiously angry because I'm like, no, this
Yeah.
isn't fair. I want her back from last
Right.
year. Want the one that was like doing all this amazing stuff and didn't have any of these issues to deal with. And like it's not even sad. The reality is that's fucking life, Hannah. Work is busy, life is stressful. These things were never gone. They just got pushed down a little bit while
Y
your sole focus was this. And it waited. It sat there going, just wait, just wait.
Uh-huh.
There's going to be a sickness. There's going to be a mental health, maybe like a death in the family or burnout. There's going
Something's
to be
gonna
a job
happen.
loss. Like something's going to come. Just wait. We just wait. And when that thing comes, we're all going to get to come back to the party. And I know I sound like a broken goddamn record, but it was fucking pneumonia. And that's all it took. Like this
Yeah.
year has just been an immense
It just
struggle to
takes
get
one
back
thing.
to what I think I need to be back at because and I'm mad, and I don't know if people have advice for me, but I'm mad. I get really mad about I just wanna feel like I felt before, and I don't know how to get that back, and if I'll ever get that back. And I'm angry, and I'm
Mhm.
holding on to that too hard, and I'm missing the joy in my life right now. I'm discrediting all that I've done and all that I am doing
Right.
with this notion of who I think I'm supposed to be, the
Right.
goal weight that I think I'm supposed to be at. When in
What you
reality,
thought things were gonna be
if
like,
you
and
asked if 315-pound Hannah sat in front of me today and
Yep.
heard me complaining like this, she
I'd
would
smack
go,
myself in the face,
"Do you see the way you look right now? Like, do
right?
you see that you have a dog, that you've dreamt about it, and you walk him every day, and that you don't get winded walking around the grocery store, and that you go to like, I don't care that you're
Yeah.
not running a 10K this year, Hannah. The fact that you did it in your lifetime is enough for me." And I
Right.
can't, I'm my own worst person. This comparison is truly stealing my joy.
Yeah, it's true, and if yeah, if previous pre-surgery stuff was sitting there, same thing. She'd punch me in the face and be like,
Mhm.
look at all the things physically you've accomplished. Look at the mental shifts you've had, the mindset shifts you have. Look at the new outlook you have on life. Look at the activities you've done with your kids. Look at how much more you've moved your body." And it's really funny because we get so focused on the physical with this, that I was volunteering at something the other weekend, and I had one of the athlete girls in town who I've seen off and on since surgery. She came up to me and she goes, "I'm sorry, I've meant to pull you aside, but you know, it's always busy at soccer, this or this." She goes, "But I wanted to tell you that you look amazing." And I was like, "Oh, thanks." And she's like, "Not," she goes, "I don't mean physically." She goes, "Not that you don't look good physically." She's like, "That's you do." She goes, "But," she goes, "every time I see you," she goes, "you just look so different." I was
Yeah.
like, "What?" She's like, "You're glowing." She's like, "You have this vibe about you that wasn't there before, and you have this confidence and this glow and this demeanor," and, like, she's like, "You can just see it, like, radiating." And I was like, I never thought about it that way. I was always so focused on the physical, and I think
Yeah.
that's important when you start to go down those spirals, is to either sit back and make a mental note of all of those things, make a mental list, or write it down, put it on sticky notes, put it on, if you have a mirror, like, put it on a mirror, because I
Think
know
of an
for me,
affirmation.
yeah, like, I need that
Yeah.
reminder, um, because once you start down that spiral, like you said, we are our own worst enemy, and it
Spiral.
becomes so dangerous to then start nitpicking at all the stupid little things and
Everything.
stop act taking a minute and actually going, "No, look at all the shit that's changed. Look at all the things I can do now that I couldn't do. Look at all of the steps I've made in the right direction," but it can be so easy to forget about those, and so I find having them written down in some form and being able to quickly pull that up and be like, "No, hold on a second," and reminding yourself of that is a super helpful way, at least for me, to get pulled out of that spiral, because once you go,
It's
it's not
rough.
pretty. It's
Nope, and I'm in it. I know I'm in it. I know I'm dealing with body image issues and things, and I think
Mhm.
it's important to be real on this podcast because
Totally.
there are going to be weeks and moments where it's
Yes.
hard to do that, but you nailed it because someone once said that to me. "Do you see how you're smiling in all of your
Yeah.
pictures? And you never used to
Yep.
do that." And, do you
Yeah.
see that you're more confident or outspoken or
Yep.
even, okay, sure, I'm going through, some health stuff. You're more outspoken about it. You are pushing
Mhm.
because you now know
Yeah.
what you want to feel like, and you're
Right.
advocating for that, "Hey, it's probably perimenopause. God help us all, for fuck's
Ugh,
sake."
that's
But
a
it's
whole
probably,
'nother
like,
that's
you're
a
pushing
whole
and you're
'nother
not back when I was obese, it was just, "Oh, well, I'm fat, so I guess this is how I."
everything is because you're
Right?
fat.
I
Everything.
guess this is just how I feel, and I'm just gonna deal with it. And now it's,
No, this
I'm
is real.
advocating, and
Yeah.
yes, there's nothing majorly wrong with me. I should preface that, guys. I don't have any major issues. I literally just had, like, the flu, and then after the flu, a bladder infection, and then after that, a sinus infection, and it was like, "Please, someone shoot me." Like, I went through 2 rounds of antibiotics because I just couldn't stop catching these damn little viruses that are not life-threatening in any way, but I'm advocating for this versus just sitting
Yeah.
on the couch because I was like, "This is not how I want to
Not
feel.
because I'm
I
fat.
know what good feels like." So
Yeah.
you're right. There are things that I should focus on. Yes, I'm not running a half marathon this year, even though I totally thought I would. Okay. But I've come a long way since laying on the couch with a collapsed lung, being unable to do anything.
Right.
And I'm advocating for my health and feeling
Yep.
better. I'm taking more time for myself, which I never used to do because people would reach out back then and go, "Are you okay? You seem to be
Mhm.
overdoing it. Why are you in the gym?" And I used to get angry. And I'm like,
Right.
"What the fuck? I want to work out all the time." And I
This
raged
is
about
what
it on this.
everybody says I should be doing. Yeah.
Yeah. And now I kind of realize, like, I don't know, though. I kind of want balance. So there are
Yeah.
things,
Yeah.
things are good. Things are not nearly as, like, terrible as I make them seem. But it is easy to get in that spiral of what I think I
Mhm.
should be, who I think I should be, caring what other people think about me. The goal weight, the goal weight's one of the worst things that you can do to yourself in this surgery. Don't
I
set it.
don't have one.
Set a
Everybody always asks.
goal.
Everybody's always like, "Well, so what, like, when are you gonna be done? What's your number?" I said, "I don't
I
have a number,
shouldn't have
and I
picked a
will not.
number.
I will not. When my body's done, it's done, and when I
I should
feel good,
never have
done."
picked a number.
Yeah.
Pick a size, pick a dress size maybe, but I should never have picked a number because now I'm, like, superficially stuck on that number, and I'll be honest, my number is 140, and it's like, okay, there was a point where I was really happy with myself, again, in
Yep.
the early stages, and I said to my family doctor and even to Steph, "If this is all I lose, I don't even care. I'm so happy with where I am. If this is as far as
Right.
I go, then I'm so grateful." And
So
now I'm
be it.
like, "No, I'm not. Keep
No.
going." And it's because I'm chasing that high. I'm chasing the, "Holy shit, you look amazing." And it's like, I don't think 140 is even I just don't know if that's an achievable thing for me. We'll talk more about some things that I'm gonna be doing in my life to maybe potentially assist in that. Um, but that's to me, I just kinda think like, and I remember saying it out loud once and somebody inadvertently could not hold in their feeling on it and went,
Yep.
"How are you where is that gonna come from?" And I remember
Yep.
looking at her like, "Excuse me? Like, 140 is not
Nobody
that hard."
asked you.
But they were like, "I don't understand how you're gonna lose that much more weight because
Right.
technically we're talking like 30, 35 more
I was gonna
pounds that
say,
I
that's
would need
another
to
30,
lose."
which is a hefty amount, especially for a bariatric that's a lot,
So,
right?
we'll
Yeah.
see. I'm not we'll see. We'll see. And again, nobody told me I had to get there. My doctor is not pushing me to get there. Um, there will be lifestyle changes happening for other reasons that might
Right.
contribute to me getting there, um, which we'll talk about. And I'm
But they
gonna do
don't
a
give you yeah, they don't give you a number. It's not like you have surgery and they're like, "Okay, this is
nope.
where we want you. This is where you're gonna end up. This is your
We
goal."
do
No.
that to ourselves because they
That is
don't.
100% how we torture ourselves with
And
it.
they're not even a fan of it, to be perfectly honest. They don't want
No,
you
they
to
told
really
me not to.
no. And
They
they'll even
said, "Do
ask
you have
you,
a goal weight?" Well, she
yeah,
said, I remember at the beginning of the process, she said, "Do you have a goal weight?" And I kind of thought like I was gonna get in trouble for not having one, but I said, I'm like, "No, I don't know." And she was like, "No, that's perfect."
we
I was
don't
like,
want
"What?"
you having one.
And yeah, she's like, "We don't want you," because she goes, "Everybody's different. There's so many things, like we said, that contribute to the number on the scale, right?
Mhm.
Body size, how you carry your weight, water retention, like, there's so many different things." So they were adamant. They're like, do
Mm-mm.
not give yourself an end goal number." And so I've had a lot of people be like, "Well, how are you gonna know when you're done if you don't have a number?" Because if I feel good, I feel good.
Yeah.
And if I
Well,
like the
you'll
way I
also
look, then you're like, "Good." And my body will eventually stop. It's not like my body's gonna
I'll
keep
let you
losing weight
guys.
until I weigh nothing.
No,
Like, there
it's
is gonna be a point when my body's gonna say, "Okay, you're good."
done. Um, and that's the other thing that I have to remember because somebody smart did tell me this. Um, in bariatric surgery, you go to your lowest and then you gain usually once you hit
Back.
your lowest about 10%. And that's where you actually stop for maintenance. So
Yeah.
if you're trickling a pound or half a pound here and there, you haven't done that yet. You'll hit your lowest and then you'll gain 10% after you've hit your lowest, and that's actually where you'll stop. So that's it was my mother, but that's where somebody was like, "Are you sure that this isn't just your actual, like, regain? Like, are you sure this is regain
And
versus
not
this is
maintenance.
where you're meant to level off at?" And I was like, "I don't know, like, I don't wanna risk it in case it is regain versus the 10% gain." I was like, "I'm just not happy with that, so I wanna go back." But that's the other thing to remember as a patient, you'll hit your lowest, but you actually won't stay at your lowest.
Yeah. Don't get
You
too excited.
yeah, you will gain, they say, about 10 to 15%, and that's where you'll actually level out. So just keep that in mind and, like, maybe I'm fighting against something that I can't change because I have been honest with Steph and Cass that I've gained weight, but my clothes still fit. I'm not outgrowing my clothes.
Right.
There's just been weight gain,
The
and it
number's
could
just
be that
changing.
I'm on antibiotics. I
Yeah.
might have inflammation, like,
Might
I've
have water retention. You might yeah.
it could be. So make note that I am going to announce something soon, and it was not a doctor telling me I had to do this for weight reasons, but I will be starting on something soon for blood sugar reasons that might contribute to weight loss. Who knows? But nobody, that's the other thing, no medical professional has flagged anything wrong with my weight. And my doctor weighs me every time I come in because I'm a bariatric patient. And I was the one who said to him, "So I've gained weight." And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "I'm not happy about this." And he was like, "Okay, well, it's like 5 pounds." At
Yeah.
the time, it was
Calm
5.
down. Calm down.
So he was like, "Hmm, it's
What it
fine."
is
And I
what
was
it
like,
is.
"Yes, but I don't wanna wake up and have a." He's like, "I don't think you're the type of person that would let it get that you'd wake
Correct.
up and 20 pounds has been gained." And I was like, except for that day the scale broke and I thought I gained 10.5 pounds overnight. But, yeah,
Yeah.
comparison, fatigue, support fatigue sets in.
For real.
Ride the wave while you can, but get used to the fact that eventually you become a normal person where nobody really focuses on your weight or your looks or celebrates you in the way that you're very,
I'm
very,
so
very used
depressed.
to.
You
So
just become normal.
you
Deal
become
with it.
normal. So milk it while you can, but
Don't be
this
special
was
while you can.
this was a raw and real episode. I think this is things that we're just going to talk about more our day to day, what we're literally struggling with this week, this month, what's going on, um, where we're at. So,
Real life
yeah,
shit.
I appreciate this topic and being able to kind of
Agree.
share. Um, stay tuned. There's going to be other updates on the channel, the platform. We have other great things
Yeah,
we're going to talk about, but this was a good one, and I hope it helps
agree.
people. Hope you like us just being honest about what's going on. We love the comments, and I know we've had some comments that maybe were a bit opinionated or snotty or
Mhm.
strong
They
on
may
some
have
thoughts.
they may have upset a few people, but that's
We
okay.
get it. That's all
What it
right.
is.
We're not for everyone, and that's okay. We're just sharing our authentic stories and
Exactly.
what we're
Just
going
being
through at
honest.
that moment. So,
Love it.
like always, thank you for joining me, Steph. And
Thanks,
to
Anna.
all our amazing listeners, thank you for following us along week after week. We're happy to still be here, and we're very, very honored and privileged to get to chat with you every week.
Agreed. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everybody. Bye, Steph.
Bye.